Have you ever experienced that where somebody tells you something and then you're like, what is the answer to this question? Hi, I'm Caleb. I like telling stories from my life and I like hearing stories from other people's life. So if anything in this story sparks a story thought in your head from your life, let me know what that story is down below. But the other day, while I was at work, one of my coworkers, I was asking her, it's like, what's it like training all these new employees, like, all the time? So I was asking her, I was like, what's it like? And she was like, I gotta tell you something. It is so annoying. And I was like, really? It's annoying? Why? She's like, those people, they're just like too happy. And this is where I started to have questions. Like, too happy? How can people be too happy? And like, wouldn't that make me someone that doesn't fit in and you find annoying? Because whenever I'm around people, I usually like start vibrating. It's like, I gotta perform well. So I asked her, I was like, oh, if you don't like people that are too happy, like, what do you think about me then? Well, no, see, you're fine because you're not like too happy. You're like a different kind of happy. And that made me question, what the heck does being a different kind of happy even mean? Right? Like, have you ever had a different kind of happy moment? Because, like, I don't do drugs. Like, I'm not a different kind of happy that way, which is what I think she's trying to say. She's like, oh, you're not annoying because you're one of those stoner dudes, right? Because stoners aren't annoying. They're just, like, excited about everything they see. So I asked her, I was like, what do you mean a different kind of happy? And this was the worst response I could have ever gotten to that question. She just looks at me and goes, I don't know. I mean, how do you tell somebody a statement like, you are a different kind of happy, and then not know what that statement means? It's not how that works. You like tell somebody like, you're special. Right? But it's like, unless that person actually has a legitimate reason for saying you're special, it feels more like you just got shot in the heart. Like, oh, great, there goes everything that I ever thought was special about me. Now they're just like, you're average, but I don't want to tell you that to your face because I'm afraid of hurting you. Great, now I feel even worse because that's the response I give to people whenever I want to tell them that I find them average and not different from other people. So after that response, I had another question, but she left. So I didn't get to ask, which left me a little bit wondering, how in the world am I supposed to figure out what a different kind of happy means? So I'm still working, and then finally, one of my coworkers walks in, and I just kind of asked them, like, if you ever had a girl talk to you, I know that might be kind of an outrageous thought, but if you ever had a girl talk to you and tell you that you're a different kind of happy, what would your reaction be? And my coworker looked at me and he walked out. I'm just joking, he didn't do that. What he did was he bust out laughing, saying, I have no clue what that is supposed to mean. And then that kind of made things even worse, because I was like, no, you were the chosen one. You were supposed to know what the heck this different kind of happy nonsense means. But he didn't. And so I waited for another one of my coworkers who was female, and I asked her, I said, hey, I just had another female tell me that I'm a different kind of happy. Do you know what that means? She was like, it's either on the spectrum of I hate your guts intensely, or I love your guts immensely. Either of those responses are not ones that I actually want to hear right now, because I like my guts to myself. So after talking to that coworker, I was like doubly devastated, because nobody knows what a different kind of happy means. We're all thinking that, maybe she does think you're a stoner, dude. Like, that's a legitimate answer to the question. And I don't like that, because I'm like, I'm weird, right? But I'm not weird, like, in that sense. So I wait, another day, I go to this little ballroom dance place where there's a bunch of older women, and I think they're older women. I am like 100% sure older women have experienced all there is about the brain of womanhood. I don't know a better way of putting it. For all intents and purposes, that's just what we're going with right now. So I asked her, I was like, what would you say should be my reaction to someone calling me a different kind of happy? She instantly just changed tone and was like, that's bad. That is really bad. She's like, I don't know what it means, but I know if I told somebody that personally, it's bad. So now I'm just like absolutely devastated. Everybody I have talked to so far is telling me that being called a different kind of happy is really bad. And the person who told me originally that I was a different kind of happy, I haven't seen since then. So I'm like, panic, right? I'm just like, I don't know what to do. So, I'm just at a complete loss of where to put this new phrase, a different kind of happy. And like, have you ever experienced that where somebody tells you something and then you're like, what is the answer to this question? And then you just go around to everybody you know being like, what is the answer to this question? And then everybody just looks to you and goes, I don't know, but it's probably bad. And you're devastated. You're like, and that's just the only response that you can give because you don't know how to process it. It's okay though, because I am not one to give up. I'm one to annoy until someone else tells me to give up. So finally, that coworker girl who told me that I was a different kind of happy, I see her again. And I ask her, I'm like, you've got to tell me, okay? Like, you have got to tell me what a different kind of happy even means. And she finally sits down and thinks for a moment, and she goes, all right, so like the people that I'm constantly training are pretending to be happy all the time, and it's really annoying because it's obviously fake, right? But that's like most people's average happy. They're just pretending to be happy, and they look really fake. And it's just annoying. And I was like, okay, so a different kind of happy must be far, far worse than whatever she's describing currently, right? And then she's like, but a different kind of happy, how should I put this? A different kind of happy, it's like, a different kind of happy, it's just like at all times, you are genuinely you, and whenever you are happy, it's because you're genuinely happy, and I really like that. And that was my response, because I was not expecting that response. I was expecting something else entirely. So I was like, oh, so like this is a good thing? And then she goes, yes. And I have to tell you, I was super relieved after hearing this, like super relieved, because being a different kind of happy is good. It may separate me from a lot of people because they may be disingenuously happy, I think is a true statement to say if all the words meant what I thought they meant in that statement. And I'm just a regular happy, and nobody seems to understand what makes me happy, even though I constantly tell them anyways, because I'm a different kind of happy. So, if you are a different kind of happy, or you have a funny story that you want to share, leave it down in the comments below. I would love to hear your story. And if you want to hear more stories from me, Caleb, hi, it's me, Caleb, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'm going to be posting more regularly, like every 2 weeks minimum. I can fit that into my schedule, I'm pretty sure. I like strawberries, they're really good. They make me a different kind of happy. So yeah, moral of the story, if somebody tells you you're a different kind of happy, suffer until they finally answer you what that means. That's not actually the moral of the story. Anyways, thank you, goodbye.